Hi, everybody. This is Melanie. I know it's been a very, very long time. I believe the last time I was here, it was about 7 years ago. And 7 years ago, I was newly, how do you say? I had VSG surgery. And so I haven't been on ever since. I didn't keep up every week like I did when I was previously on the Lapband. And I'm coming back because I do have other news to report, and I will be tracking here on YouTube, hopefully weekly. And so I just want to give you a little bit of background information before I go into and tell you what I've gotten myself into lately. And so a little background information in regards to me and my journey. I first got Lapand surgery on January 6th of 2009. My starting weight was 275 pounds. And then on August 15th, I did hit my goal weight. My goal weight at that time was 160 pounds. That was 8 months into my journey with the Lapband. And I had lost a total of 115 pounds. Then on January of 2010, I had gotten plastic surgery. And that surgery had included a tummy tuck, breast lift, breast augmentation, and also a Brazilian butt lift. And that was January 18, 2010. So we had Lapband surgery on January 6th of 2009, and then a year later I had plastic surgery. Then on April 9th of 2010, I had a revision surgery. Something went horrifically wrong with my tummy tuck, and they did a botched job, and so I had to do a revision of the tummy tuck surgery. Again, that was April 9th of 2010. And then after that, everything was okay in regards to plastics. I was doing well. Before my plastic surgery, I had went down all the way to 150 pounds. And then after plastic surgery, I was back to 160 pounds, right? If you want a ballpark figure, I started at a jean size of 18 in jeans in US, and then I went all the way down to a size 4 in jeans. So that's basically how my waist shrinked, from 275 all the way down to 150 pounds. And then, unfortunately, on October 24th of 2013, that is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So I think it was about 14 and a half years after Lapband surgery, I had a slippage. So I had a Lapband slip, right? And they had to go ahead and remove my Lapband. And so I still without a Lapband. And I maintain, I would probably say about a year. And then, of course, that did not last. It was probably anywhere between a year or two. And of course, that did not last. And then I went all the way up again, I believe until I was 230. So I think with my band at my lowest, I was 160 pounds. And then without my band, I went up and I went all the way up to 230. So then I decided on March 23rd of 2016, which was about the last time that you saw me here on YouTube, I decided to have VS surgery, right? Which is the sleeve, for short. And that went extremely well. Highly recommend the sleeve. I think it was a way much better option. Honestly, for me, it was a way much better option than the Lapband. Why? Because with the Lapband, of course, you had to do the maintenance, right? And that was, I don't know, every quarter or every 2 months, right? And you had to find your right adjustment in order for you to not feel any hunger or for you to stop with your food intake, right? And then on top of that, if they filled you too much, of course you would throw up everything that you ate. So yeah, there was a couple of times where I couldn't eat certain foods that I loved, and I wasn't able to get it down. And otherwise, if I were to get it down, I would just end up, you know, throwing it back up. And so, yeah, so March 23rd of 2016, I had the VS surgery. I believe I was 230 when I first started. And I think I went all the way down to 190 pounds. That was my lowest with the VSG. I wasn't as successful as I was with the band. However, I was very strict when I had the Lapand surgery, which I was exercising constantly 5 times a week. I was monitoring my food intake. I stopped my food intake at 7 p.m. You know, I tried to get my protein in. And so with the VSG, it was more like a more balanced diet. I wasn't changing too much. I was just eating less. And I still managed to lower my weight. However, as you all know, I think in my last video, I had told you that I had gotten a divorce, or I was going through the divorce process at that time. And so with that said, I picked up alcohol, right? So it's kind of like a substitute, right, to eating. At least that's what I hear here on YouTube, or that's what I've learned so far. And so that had a lot to do with my weight gain. I would consume, when I say alcohol, it's wine. And I would have lots and lots of wine, which was probably wine every single day. And that had a lot to do with my weight gain. And so I believe I started to take it more serious like around September of 2023, which was last year. And I said, you know what? I looked at myself and I could barely look at my pictures again, just like how I felt in my pictures back in 2009 when I first started this journey. And I said, you know what? I can't do this anymore. I would probably be doing my hair at the beauty salon, and that's my dog, by the way, if you see the door in the back open. I would probably be doing my hair in the beauty seat, and then I would be like, oh, I can't stand to look at myself, and then I have, you know, all these rolls in my stomach. And so yeah, I wanted a change, right? And so then I started looking into options, right? And so I started going into a weight loss clinic, right? My first thought was, you know, let's try to see if we can revise this VSG, right? And so my intentions was, of course, to have possibly another weight loss surgery. And so I spoke with the doctor there, and then he agreed to do a sort of a revision, right? Because it's a revision to VSG, and they call it SADI, which I've never heard before. And it's SADI, S as in Sam, ADI. And that was my first time hearing of it. And it's kind of almost like, I forgot what they call it when you do the gastric bypass and they do a revision, the Runex, I believe it's called. So the SADI is almost like that, but for the VSG. And so we had talked about it. He had taken blood work. The blood work came back, and guess what? Yes, everything was completely low. He said, definitely not. We cannot do the surgery, right? Because I had everything complete, like everything that they had recommended for me to do, which was all the blood work, go see a psychiatrist, go through the sleep study, and everything, you know the intakes of everything that they have, like as a requirement before you do the surgery. So I'm thinking, when I go back to him, I'm gonna have a surgery scheduled. And so hopefully, I was thinking maybe December, maybe middle of December or so, earliest January. And so when I went to go and see him in December, he was like, there is absolutely no way. All of your blood work came back, and you're not fit. You're not a good candidate to do weight loss surgery. And as I understood, because I did not mention this before, but while being on VSG, I have been hospitalized several times. Again, it is because of my blood work. We're talking about low iron, my metabolism, my potassium. The list could go on and on. It was to a point where I was taking B12 shots weekly. I had gotten a blood infusion somewhere, I would say, I believe it was August of 2023. So maybe like a month before I started looking into an alternative to lose weight. So yeah, that was in August. So and before that, I was hospitalized the year before again. And then the hospitalizations could go anywhere between 3 to 4 days. The last one was pretty bad because I did have a blood transfusion, and that was my very first time. So I wasn't too surprised when he told me that my blood work did not come out well, just because I'm already used to it. I'm a person that, how do you say, like I don't remember to take my vitamins, right? I'm very, very bad with that. And so that is my personal issue and my personal problem. If I could probably put it in a nutshell and have it my way, I would be going and getting those IV fluids where you could automatically get all your vitamins and nutrients in your body, right? Because that would be better for me instead of taking pills, instead of remembering me to take pills. But that would be in a nice world where, I can have it all. And so here we go to current day. Okay, so once I was not a good candidate for the Saudi revision, then he started recommending pills, injections, and I was like, okay, I wasn't too happy because I've never taken that route, right? We're talking about a person that has had Lapband and VSG, and so I was like, okay. So the first thing that we did was we tried to get the Wegovy shots, right? And the Wegovy shots are highly popular. They have had great success. I did my research on them, and I was like, yes, okay, fine, I'm gonna go for this, right? After reading reviews, after looking at some videos, so I was excited. And so I go to the doctor, he writes me a prescription for Wegovy. Guess what? I go to my pharmacy and it is in back order, right? So this is September, and they're saying that they're going to be in back order until probably not even January, but they say who knows what month in 2024, right? And I was like, who is going to wait all that time, right, for them to get a refill on an injection, right? And so my next option was Ozempic. Obviously, I knew I was taking a chance with Ozempic because you have to have diabetes, right? But I said, hey, let's give it a try anyways. And so I tried for Ozempic, and I was immediately denied. And then about a month later, Lord and behold, here comes this new drug, and it's called Zepbound, Zepbound. ZBound was FDA approved in December, so this is a brand new drug. So this is maybe the twin, right? Or almost the twin of Ozempic, right? They're both Tirzepatide, I believe. I'm sorry if I'm mixing the name up or I'm not saying the name correctly. They're both Tirzepatides, and they're both GLP-1s. And so this is supposed to be the brand new drug. It is only for weight loss, not just for diabetes. And now anybody could use it without having diabetes. This is what I want, right? This is my alternative. They're saying, right? I did look this up, but they're saying that the ZBound injections are as equally effective to somebody of a weight loss surgery person. And that was amazing. I saw the chart neck and neck, and they were just like right there. And I was like, this is it. I need to get my hands on it. And I was the first person who got approved with my doctor for ZEPOUND injections. And this happened, I believe, in the middle of December of 2023, right? So just about shy of maybe 2 weeks. Yes. So I had gotten approved. We ran it through the pharmacy. The pharmacy said, okay, let's wait a day, just to see if you're approved, right? Because he had to put in the order. Then I guess they had to have the, injections, come to the store. My pharmacy is CVS. And so then I received this nice little message saying, come and pick up your order of ZEPOUND. And I was the happiest person on earth. I was like, finally, we're going to start this after waiting 3 months. And yes, here I am. So I got my hands on, and this is what it looks like. This is the ZEPOUND injections. They always start you at 2.5, right? This is the needle, right? And this is the injection portion. I'll show you the pen so you can see what it looks like. Again, it starts at 2.5. The name of the drug is called ZEPOUND. Okay. And so this is what it looks like. Let's see here. That's ZEPOUND, and it's 2.5, right? And so to use this pen, all you got to do is remove this gray pen right here. And then you see this sliding. Right now it's closed. And so you just have to turn this little switch right here and put it to open, right? And then there's 3 areas where you can inject it, right? It is about 2 to 3 inches above your belly button, which is one of my favorite places to, and easiest, honestly, to inject it. So 2 to 3 inches, either right, left, just make sure it's 2 to 3 inches above your belly button. Or you can inject it on your thigh, right or left. Or you can have someone help you inject it in the back of your arm. So in the back of your arm, meaning right here, right? And so anybody could do that. And that's how you inject that. I did skip a part because I'm all over the place, which I usually am when I record. Right before I started the ZEPOUND, right? They put me on Contrave, which is, this is Contrave right here. Let's see. So this is Contrave, and these are to help you lose weight, right? And so how it goes is that you're supposed to start taking them. The first week is 1 pill a day, right? And then the second week, it's 2 pills a day, right? 1 in the morning, 1 at night. The third week is going to be 3 pills, 2 pills in the morning, 1 pill at night. And then the fourth week, it's 2 pills in the morning, 2 pills at night. I want to say that it worked a little bit, right? It did, right? Because when I went to the doctor, I missed all of this information. When I first started seeing the nutritionist and the doctor, that is going to help me with my weight loss now, I was at 218 pounds. And so when I first started the Contrave, I was 218, and then I went down to, I believe, 212, 210. And so I had to stop taking the Contrave because I was getting extremely, extremely nauseous to the point where I could not work. And I had to go and lay down, and that was a big problem for me. And so I just couldn't do it, right? Anything that I would eat, I would get nauseous. Again, you can't eat any fatty foods with this pill. The same with ZEPOUND. You have to try to avoid doing all of that. But again, this is actually a whole brand new bottle that I had gotten, and I haven't even touched it. Luckily, again, I was approved with the Contrave. So I want to let you know that I started with, I'm sorry, I was luckily approved for the ZBound. When I first started with the ZBound, right? When I first started doing the injections, my first pen, it was on January 1st of 2024, right? So it was New Year's Day. I started at 208 pounds. Monday, which was yesterday, and that is January 8th, right, of 2024. I want to let you know my results. I am very excited, and I managed to lose, drum roll please, 9 pounds. I went from 208 to 199 pounds. So I am right now in Wonderland, right below 200. I have not seen lower than 200 probably in a couple of years. So that has me extremely excited. If I could do 9 pounds in a week, I can only imagine what this drug will go, what will happen going forward. Again, ZEPOUND is the 2.5 is the dosage that they start you on the website. It is recommended each month that you increase the dose. So the next dose is 5 milligrams. So next week I will be seeing my weight loss doctor, and I will be asking him for another refill. And I'll try to tell him, or I'll try to convince him to put me on 5 milligrams as directed by the website. I forgot the name of it, but it's something Lily. And we'll see what happens then. So the ZEPOUND is 2.5, then it starts at 5 milligrams, then I believe 7.5, then 10, and then the last one I believe is 15 milligrams. That is the highest. So it just goes on and on and on. It is recommended if you feel comfortable at a certain milligram. I am comfortable at 2.5. I am losing really well at 2.5. But I also do want to see what can happen at 5 milligrams as well. And so, yeah, stay tuned. I have restarted my journey. This time it is not with a surgery, but injections. And we've all heard good things about these injections. Celebrities are using them and having great results. And so, yeah. Stay tuned. Thank you guys for joining me, and I'm sorry I have taken so long to come back on YouTube, but now I have a reason to. And yeah, until next time, hopefully next week, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.